Hello, hello. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm having some attitude adjustments needing to be done right now. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. I am auto adjusting my attitude. So I was not going to go live today. Not going to be able to do expedites, but might as well do a reading for you guys. Okay. Just getting the cards ready. While I get the cards ready, let me kind of just run down some stuff. Y'all know how this works. I am still having that raffle. If you would like to enter to win, the proceeds from this event go towards the Soulwork Synergistics attempt to properly launch and just have an amazing, dedicated team to all of our projects. Yes, yes. We also have the Dear Emmy series that I'm doing. If you'd like some guidance on something, now this is not for a personal reading. We're not giving personal readings away. This is more for just kind of guidance. You can definitely go to that link on the screen, soulworksynergistics.com/dear-emmy. And you can go ahead and submit your question. Okay. And I'll read the question live. And I'll give you my input on whatever it is you might be struggling through. And you have the option of either giving me permission to say your name. Say my name, say my name. No one is around you. Okay, so, or you could be anonymous. It's up to you. It's up to you. So we have that. If you're wanting something more hands-on and you actually do want a reading, you want some energy work, something, you go to soulworksynergistics.com/Emmy-services. And you can find all sorts of goodies there at soulworksynergistics.com. If you'd like to help us build our sanctuary, we're finally doing it. You guys, I've been talking about this sanctuary for I don't know, since 2017, 2016. My vision has not changed. My willingness to do what's necessary and be as publicly visible as is necessary to get this completely launched, that's changed. I'm now more than willing. Okay. The sanctuary has to exist. It has to. And it has to be constructed this year. Why? Because my soul is on fire for it. Y'all don't want to just see me burning, right? My soul is on fire for it. So, anyways, I asked what this reading that I'm being forced by my soul to do. Just sprinkle a little sodium. What this reading was going to be about, and you know what I was told? Get ready for a life-changing blessing. Are you ready? Are you ready for something tremendous to come into your life? You hear the crispness of these cards? You hear how crispy they are? I'm just saying. I am just saying. You hear that? So, I choked on my own sarcasm. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Anyways, let me just pull cards already. Pull some from this deck. We're just pulling cards is what it is. All right, I'm ready. I'm totally ready for this life-changing blessing. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for all sorts of amazing things. I'm trying to get my emotions prepared to receive. So there's different types of intelligence in this world, right? Some would think that intellectual intelligence is the only type of intelligence there is. I'm here to tell you that's wrong. No, there's more than just intellectual intelligence. There's also emotional intelligence. And sometimes your intellectual intelligence will help you to determine specific opinions and standpoints and whatnot. And the thing is, just because you can rationalize that you deserve the abundance, that you deserve all of this amazingness, it doesn't mean that emotionally you are prepared or willing to receive it, right? So now we're trying to get the two to come together as this massive dilation of your abundance pathways. We're trying to bring this to you by not trying anymore. That's the key. All right, we're ready. Are y'all ready? Whew, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Ooh. I don't know. I gotta do the chicken dance first. Okay. So, I'm nervous for real. What is going on? Hold on. I'm just saying. I just needed a whiff of something familiar for a second. Oh, okay. Just okay. There. And whoever wants to know what the heck I just sprayed, it is Isimiyaki. Love it. Love it. Okay. Now that we smell somewhat bougie. Okay, magic. Candles, magic. You need to allow your magic to come to the surface. This is a period, we're approaching a solar eclipse, okay, on the 30th. We are approaching a solar eclipse, and that is some massive energy to push through. This is a type of energy that you could absolutely utilize to manifest all of the greatness that you have been craving for years now. So, who's eating pretzels? I smell pretzels and I taste them. One of you is eating pretzels. I hope you enjoy the gluten. You have to allow this magic to rise to the surface. If you do, and you consciously choose to harness that, some good things might happen. Okay, some really good things might happen. So we have that solar eclipse on the 30th of this month. And then a few days later, we have that 5-5 portal. Why is the 5-5 portal important? Well, because that's change. That's the portal of change. And you are setting that entire ring of change on fire with solar energy. That 5-5 portal is already like, doing some prairie dog in action. It is already going through dilation sequences. So this is something that you need to know, because this energy is already starting to enter into this space that you're occupying. Manifestation. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? You need to allow yourself to begin manifesting the very things that you want and need. Now, for many of us, what we always end up doing is we will allow the manifestation to get to like that cusp, the cusp of coming to fruition. And then we back off. We back off because to some degree we feel like we don't deserve it, right? We don't deserve it because we haven't earned it. And no. There are some things that you don't need to earn. Oh, yeah, you didn't know that. There are some things that you just don't need to earn. They're yours because they're yours, and they're yours because God said so. I'm just saying. Yeah. Your abundance is one of those things. The only thing that blocks it from entering into your life is you and your belief that you haven't earned it, that you don't deserve it. You know what's very, very common for empaths to do? I do this as well. I can't just accept a gift from someone. I have to in order to be able to receive that gift, I have to then not just give you something of like value. I have to either double or even quadruple my gift to you in order for me to receive something from you. So many of us do this. So many of us do this. And I've found it's not because I'm a good person. Yes, I'm a good person, but I don't do this because I'm a good person. I do this because of insecurities that still exist within me, insecurities that convince me that I don't deserve to receive the love in whatever form it is. I don't deserve to receive that love from you because I haven't earned it yet. There's some things you don't have to earn. Your birthright, that's yours because you're you. You don't have to earn that. You don't have to work hard to be worthy of that. You just have to exist. You just have to exist in a way that doesn't prevent it from reaching you. And I think a lot of the times when things don't reach us, it's because we don't allow it. We don't allow. And this is the point where you choose. Are you going to allow yourself to begin witnessing exactly what creation believes and knows and has dictated you deserve? You see, what I've realized is when I just kind of take a seat, sit myself down and I allow life to unfold, I see exactly what it is I deserve because my life will hand it to me. It will hand it to me. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Like, wow. What? I don't I don't have to do something for it? I don't have to no, I have to do something to get that. What do I need to do? I'll do it. And it's like, no, you're doing what you need to do. You need to sit down and be fully present as you observe your life showing you what you deserve in that moment. And no, there's no negativity to this. The only negativity to this is what we bring to it. What are you bringing to your life? Are you bringing this mindset that the things that help you to see what you deserve are nothing but negative things, that these are things that would be forms of punishment from creation itself? I mean, I've shared this many times. I did a 5-month stint in a parking lot. It was the best 5 months of my life. The best 5 months. I've never felt so free and so devoid of stress. I brought no negativity to that. I knew exactly what was happening. My life was gifting me with a ripening of my understanding of my path, my purpose, my passion within that purpose. I didn't understand it then. I don't know that I understand it that much more now. All I know is whatever happened in those 5 months has caused me to be fully present and fully aware of the moment that I'm in, knowing that every single moment there will be details that I will miss, and it's okay. I don't need to see all the details in advance and understand in advance so that I could prepare for worst case scenario, because there's no worst case scenario, there's just life. There are options that are presented and some options taken away. And life is like the ebb and flow of the ocean. If you believe you're the ocean and you're the part of the ocean at the shoreline that goes up the shore and then backs away, up the shore and then backs away. It's like there's no consistent forward trajectory of the ocean. It's a swaying back and forth. So if you're the ocean, why do you expect this synchronized, singular forward movement that never retreats? That's never the goal. That was never the goal. It was always a coming forward of certain aspects of you while other aspects take a step back out of respect for what's needing to be learned right now in this moment. And it's not because the things that step back are things that are worthless. The worthless parts of you, no. No, not at all. Not at all. Every part of you, every part of me, even the parts that embarrass me because it's like, why do I behave like this? They are all important. And you might not understand, like, how could you think that it's important for the parts of you that embarrass you to be seen? Why would that be important? I don't know if you're aware. Pretty much everything that people admire about me are the things that embarrass me about myself. It's weird, huh? Why would I be embarrassed to be a giver? Why would I be embarrassed to be as different as I am, to have the abilities that I have? Why would I be embarrassed to be the person that I am because the person that I am is like, what's wrong with it? Nothing. Nothing's wrong with it. But there's still a part of me that's embarrassed to allow more parts of me to be seen. Why? Because I'm still in a process of understanding, regardless of how you receive me, I'm valid in my existence. But I haven't earned it. I haven't earned that validation. I haven't gone through enough to be placed in the position that I'm being placed within your perception of me because why? Because I'm afraid to step forward and be seen for what I am. And what is that? Something so amazing, I still don't have the words to quantify it. And what if we're reflections of each other? And you are also this something that is so amazing that there are no words to quantify, to be able to explain. It simply has to be experienced. I've had quite a few people over the years. Michael's reminding me right now. I had quite a few people over the years who have shared with me that they shared me to people they love. And when the people they love ask, like, who's this girl that you're telling me to watch? They're like, you just got to watch her. Like, I can't even explain it. You have to watch her. And then you'll understand after you watch her. So what if that's how you are as well? Where people don't understand the value, the blessing that you are, the gift that you bring with your presence until they're actually allowed to witness you, to simply witness you. Mm, that's a beautiful thing. That is such a beautiful thing. I have to share this video with you guys. It is it's a video from um mhm, here it is. It's a video from TikTok. I'm not even ashamed. What? I go on TikTok. Who cares? And for y'all who are like, oh my God, TikTok is blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I don't care. I'm fine with it. I'm not on there all day. And really, the things that I get off TikTok are my therapy. Ba-ding. Okay. You guys got to hear this. Oh, wait. I got to share it on the screen. I want to share it on the screen. She's just so gorgeous. It's ridiculous. I don't know who this woman is, but she is like the epitome of goddess in the flesh. Just beyond gorgeous. All right. Un momento, por favor. So, and I'll share with you what it is that came to mind when I first viewed this and shared it. So,
If you see the girl I used to be, please thank her for me. We went through some heavy shit together, and she never left my side. If you see her, tell her she saved me. Tell her, when I fell, she broke my fall, and I'm standing again. I'm whole again, healing in the best way I know how. Tell her she taught me everything I know. And tell her I will never, ever forget her. If you see the girl I used to be, please let her know I would not have made it without her. And tell her she doesn't have to carry me anymore.
Mm. 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 It's like we have to watch it just one more time.
If you see the girl I used to be, please thank her for me. We went through some heavy shit together, and she never left my side. If you see her, tell her she saved me. Tell her, when I fell, she broke my fall, and I'm standing again. I'm whole again, healing in the best way I know how. Tell her she taught me everything I know. And tell her I will never, ever forget her. If you see the girl I used to be, please let her know I would not have made it without her. And tell her she doesn't have to carry me anymore.
Mm. Mm. The gravity of that. The gravity of that and what exactly it's the precursor for. Like the gravity of it. I feel myself changing. It's been months, and I've been feeling this change coming from within me. And I still don't quite know how to interpret the changes. But I got a better idea of it when I was talking to some really good friends last night. I shared that video with them, and the thoughts began to flow. And I want to share it with you guys, my realization. And it ties into today's reading because, it's the very thing that will help to usher in the changes that are necessary to take you to that life altering blessing, that event of change. So I said, it ties into this shift I noticed. The girl I used to be carried me for nearly 3 years now. Looking back, I see I needed her to be there to deflect and protect me. I don't think I need that anymore. At least not as much. I look at the past 3 years, and to be honest, I have no idea how I survived. I know it was because of that version of me, but I still don't know how she managed to do so through wreckage. So now, whatever we build together will be the soft bed within the throne room. She deserves to rest a long while. Four and a half years ago, a cycle started. One of the most challenging cycles that I had experienced to date because it was so public and it was something that was just so ugly. It was so ugly. And I kind of just floated my way through it because there was no other option but to kind of just flow and float and allow. And just clinging to this belief that this can't last indefinitely because really the only thing we're promised, the only thing we're guaranteed in this lifetime is change. And if I hold on long enough, even with my hands cramping, eventually change will come. And so I held on. And change definitely came. But it wasn't the type of change that I was expecting. After a year and a half of holding on, life gave me an event that forced me to let go. With my mother's passing, a different me came and took my place. A harsher me. A fractured me. And the emptiness that was buried became the emptiness of my environment. And that's the me I've been for 3 years. Not just ready to fight, not just ready to protect things that need protecting, but a version of me that was looking for it. Looking for the people who were not just capable, but also willing to cut me back. Anyone who was willing to fight a long war. Not with me, but against me. The part of me that came forward and remained for 3 years. I look back now and I see that was actually my inner child. She was formed in a war zone. War runs through her blood. Her eyes are the eyes of warriors past, all shoved into a small being. And it's a beautiful thing. I can't say I regret the past 3 years. I can't even sit here and say the past 3 years, I have single-handedly sabotaged my company and the growth of my audience. That's inevitable. The number of eyes that see me and witness my growth is inevitable. So these past 3 years, I've learned about the things that are the most important, the ways in which I've blocked myself, the ways in which I've blinded myself from seeing the truth of the community that I've created. I switched over to YouTube about 2 months before my mother died. It's not a long time that you guys had an opportunity to get to know me, to see the different aspects of me. And as someone who has always struggled with the concept of being lovable, because I understand my intensity, I understand the gravity of some of the things that I talk about, and it's not very easy to swallow. These are things that are not very easy to take in. And yet here you guys still are. And so my theory, the theory of my inner child, where I'm simply made for war, I'm simply made to conquer whatever conquest lies before me. I will conquer it. And through your presence, for the past 3 years, when I went out of my way to be low-key unlovable, and to have you love me that much more. Maybe I'm wrong about that then. Maybe there's more to this life, there's more to this existence than simply the painful parts. And maybe as I'm learning this more deeply, and the learning is being integrated into my emotional intelligence. Intellectually, I understand this. Like, for real, it's so easy to understand this intellectually. Emotionally, not so much. Emotionally, it's been a struggle. Emotionally, it's been destructive. Emotionally, it's been one hell of a wreckage that I've had to sift through to find the components of my glasses so I could see clearly the reality of who I am, how I affect other people, and the way I'm received with so much love. And this is the process we all will go through. The need to sift through the wreckage of your heart and your life. The need to sift through the wreckage of your failed expectations, your disappointments, the ways in which the people you love the most had no problem betraying you. And it was never because you weren't worthy of love. It was simply because you didn't believe you were. And so now I'm seeing everything I believe, regardless of what it is, as long as I believe it wholeheartedly, it becomes my reality within X amount of time. The more intense my acceptance, the faster it is that it manifests. What do you believe? What do you believe about what you want? Do you even know who you are at this point? Because if you don't know who you are, then you don't know where you are. And if you don't know where you are, How will your soul deliver the blessing? Life is a beautiful part of your soul's growth. Every single lifetime you live, it grows your soul that much more. It ripens its inner under and overstanding of itself and of you in this lifetime. If a blessing is going to be delivered to you, your soul has to know where to deliver it. There's amazing things. There are so many amazing things that your soul is planning for you right now. And if that's hard for you to believe, that might be where your issue is. That might be where your issue actually is. You don't believe in yourself and your worthiness because why? Because you haven't earned it? Who said? Who said? Did you get some sort of email, some text message? Did some sort of specialist who I guess knows everything about everything came to you and said to you that you need to do X, Y, and Z in order to receive package 1, 2, 3, and you failed at that, so you're not receiving anything? One of the things that I distinctly remember about the period, that 18-month period that kind of wore away at me before my mother actually passed, I distinctly remember just so much effort to be intentionally hurtful and harmful to me, for really no reason that I could think of outside of they could no longer benefit from me, right? So I was thinking to myself one day, and it actually made me laugh. Silly peasants, because they were acting like peasants. Jeez, what a silly, silly mission to think that you, as a human being, could ever override the will of my soul. Baby boo. I can't even stop it. And trust me, I've tried. I've tried. I've tried to stop my growth. I have tried so hard to interfere with my own process, to prevent me from what? From becoming who I am? I'm already that. I'm just in the process of giving myself permission to accept that I am. Same applies for you. You think you still need to become someone else? You're already the person you're supposed to be. You're just in the process, which is a difficult process. You're in the process of giving yourself permission to accept that. It's all about giving yourself permission. See what happens to your life if you focus for the next 30 days on simply giving yourself permission. See what happens. Spring is upside down right now. Okay? Spring is upside down because it's something that needs to be seen from a different perspective. If all you've ever done is see life from the same angle and it's not working, you might need to change your angle, right? So that's what's happening. If you take a puzzle piece and you're trying, it's the last piece of the puzzle, right? So you know it belongs where it's going to be put, but it doesn't fit and it doesn't fit. Are you going to jackhammer that into place? Or are you going to take the whole table and rotate the whole table? Or are you going to take that one piece and turn it upside down and then see? You're being turned upside down to turn you right side up. That alignment is necessary for you to click into place, into perfect positioning to be able to receive. Fertility. Your creativity is upside down as well. You haven't been giving yourself permission to move forward because of fear of what? Fear of failure? If you're supposed to achieve event W and you never put any effort into beginning event W, that's automatically a failure. That's automatically a failure. So when you don't even try, you have guaranteed failure. Now, here's the thing. I don't see failure as a bad thing because literally, failure is the way I achieve hypertrophy. I can grow my muscles very quickly. Very quickly. You can see noticeable change in my physique within just a week or two. Why? I work those bitches to failure. Are you kidding me? I don't stop when it burns. I'm like, fuck yeah. Hurts so good. And I keep going. I keep going. Absolutely. I keep going until that muscle cannot function in the way that it's meant to function any further. Yep. That's the point of failure. You know what happens when you reach that point? You have maximized the amount of micro tearing within that muscle fiber. And when you allow yourself to receive the very things that are necessary to repair those injuries, those failure lines, you then are growing the muscle. Yeah, you're growing the muscle. So for me, failure is nothing more than, first and foremost, a redirection from my soul. Secondly, evidence of my impending growth. That's it. It's proof that I'm about to grow, and it's proof that I'm being redirected and refocused. There's no such thing as failure. There are ways to do the job in a much harder manner, and there are ways to do the job in a much easier manner. The way I see it, no matter what I do, no matter how long it takes me, everything leads to the same point of convergence. That point where I will find myself on a stage in the middle of a massive stadium, speaking to the people who came to hear me speak. There's no other alternative. That is my destiny. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know where the stage is. I don't know if I'm the butt of a joke on the stage. It doesn't matter. That's where I see myself. Every time I check to see if my trajectory has been altered, every time I check to see if the growth that I've experienced is going to provide me a different life, nothing changes. Not that far down the road. Everything in my life leads to that level of witnessing. Everything you choose to do, everything you choose to allow is what will determine the next point, the next experience. And with that being said, mods, please remove that person that is preparing to act a fool in the comments. Alter, dedication. You have to dedicate yourself to your growth. You have to dedicate yourself to the things that are worthy of you. And what is worthy of you? You are. If you can dedicate yourself to foolery, like that person right there, if you can dedicate yourself to the people who are so hurtful and harmful, I mean, you know, couldn't you dedicate yourself to you as well? Let's put this on blast. I'm sure that's not your picture. You're some Mid to late 20-year-old with a receding hairline in your mother's basement, running a VPN so no one knows. I know that's not your face. You're in need of a shower and a nice line up and a shave. You have to change out of those clothes. You look like you live at the bottom of a hamper. I'm just saying. I can see you. I can smell you too. Intention. What's the intention? What's your intention? Is it your intention to grow yourself? Is it your intention to further complicate all of the stuff that you are needing to accomplish? And how do we complicate things? By getting in our own way, by allowing the peasantry to create distractions, by allowing ourselves, hold on. It might be because I need to have the satisfaction of removing it myself. Un momento, por favor. La, la, la. Let's see. Oh, it's already hidden. Okay. If you guys can click and report that account, hate speech. There you go. Let me report your other comment. Report that too. Anywho, when we allow distractions, we allow ourselves to be derailed. We give so much importance to these other things. Yes, you guys, when you see people who are commenting in an intentionally racial baiting, racist type manner, just don't even wait for me. Report that account. Report that account so that we can make sure this environment is always kept sacred. We are the best sentinels that we could possibly ever look for. If this environment is sacred to you, whenever someone acts a fool, even though they've been banned, report that account. Why? Because people like that need to be removed. They need to be removed. There needs to be this new wave of being where people's actions have definitive consequence. Yes. Definitive consequence. Too many generations have gotten away with too much stuff and zero consequence to them. Consequences need to be learned. And if you want to act a fool here, I'll be your mom. I'll be your mom and I'll teach you the consequence. And my village of people who are equally as powerful as me can help you learn that too by reporting your ass. No, I'm not mad. This is a powerful moment. A moment where we realize each of us can do our part in making sure we continue to cultivate an environment that remains as sacred as it is. It's a very beautiful thing. That in itself is a blessing. It's a blessing, and no, we don't have to report everyone. But when you see things like that, where clearly it's not from a place of differing opinions, that was intentionally malicious. I mean, unfortunately, I don't care about you enough for it to matter to me. You probably have an Asian fetish anyways. And my people don't do the rice patties. This different type of Asian. If you're going to be racist, you should know the differences between them. I'm just saying, because it makes you look stupid. I mean, not that you're not, but it makes you look even dumber than you actually are. Don't broadcast it so easily. Ancestors remembrance in reverse. So it's like you're not remembering the old you, the you that you were before the you are now. And I'm not even talking about a earlier life. I'm not talking about past life memories. I'm talking about how you've lived so many different lifetimes, so many different versions of you in this one life. And I feel like we're kind of reaching a point where you as you are is a culmination, or soon will be a culmination of all the yous that you've been in this life, where you are coming and putting all of these pieces, these parts of you back into one. You're going from some type of duality into a totality, becoming a whole being. A whole being. Do you know how powerful you become when you're whole? When you are whole, there are no spaces for parasitic thoughts to anchor into, to find some sort of sanctuary within you. Do you know the parts of you that you ignore, they wither away, they shrink down, they atrophy, right? And so when you continue to ignore that, some of those parts will create space as it atrophies. And those are the spaces that parasitic thoughts, parasitic interference will anchor into and live in. If you build it, they will come, right? If you build this haven for all of these parasitic things, they will occupy it. They will come. They will create more instability within you. You don't have to be unstable. That instability is not a prerequisite. It is not a mandatory type of existence. You can allow yourself to be filled with your truth. You can allow yourself to be filled with a knowing of who you are. And that can be as simple as, I know that I am a good person. And that's it. That's all I need to know about myself. That I am a good person. I come from a good place within myself. Everything I do is always for the benefit of others, for the benefit of the whole, for that harmony to be reestablished. Even my avoidance is my attempt to maintain harmony. It's a very beautiful thing when you become aware of like where you're at within your journey. Feminine, lady goddess feminine, allowing yourself to step into that very beautiful energy of creation. That feminine energy is Shakti. Shakti energy is creation energy. For every Shakti, there is a Shiv. Mm. Mm. That gives me the hibba-jibbas. It gives me the tingles. That's the masculine and the feminine within you. The Shakti and the Shiva. Protection. Close up your circle. Stop giving anything and everything free access to you and your energy. Be selective who you respond to. Be very, very mindful. Be elusive and exclusive. You're some hot shit, yo. Stop acting like your bargain basement. Stop acting like you should be this free thing that everybody should be able to have whenever they feel like they want to have it, and toss away when they feel like they want to just toss it away. Stop treating yourself as though you have to apologize for having a value. Melanie says, I tend to do everything for free. Not everything has to be paid, right? And then she follows it up with feeling bad for everyone. Do you feel bad for everyone, or do you feel bad for yourself and you're seeing yourself in everyone else? Do you feel bad because you see the part of you that needed someone and you had no one? Is that what it is? Because a lot of the times in the past when I helped people, it was because I felt a resonance. I felt this resonance with them because they were like this shard of me that was existing outside of me. And like I knew so deeply how that feels. Oh my gosh. So I realized I didn't exactly feel bad for everyone. I mean, I could sympathize. The issue was that my empathy was somehow distorted. Instead of being able to relate, I was taking in their pain as my own. And in my aversion to that type of pain, I convinced myself that I needed to help. And it wasn't about helping anymore. It was about avoiding the pain within me through projection of that solution. I mean, there's just some stuff. Awakening in reverse. This is going to be shocking, okay? For some of us, we think that life can only blossom if we're woke. Stop being such a crackhead. Seriously. I think you need some sleep. You're exhausted. You've been going and going and going and going and going. And for the record, I don't find it hilarious when people do the like overlay of music on video footage of people who are clearly on substances. They clearly have an addiction problem. I don't find that humorous. There's such a stigma when it comes to that substance, that C word substance, right? I say it's very fitting because, I've never partook in it, so I don't really know what it's like. But I know quite a few people who have. And it's this thing of just constantly going, hyperfixation, constantly going, 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 going. And yeah, maybe this message is more for me. I look exhausted according to this person because I am. I'm exhausted. I'm absolutely exhausted. Should I be ashamed? Is there some rule that I'm breaking that says that I should look like a 12-year-old? This is the face of a woman who lives. This is the face of a woman who chooses to stand as a mother for so many. Why wouldn't I be exhausted? I'm a damn good mother, not just for my children, but for any who need a mother figure. So when you see me looking exhausted, remove the stigma and understand you're viewing a woman in her prime, one who's not fixated on what? Aesthetics? On trying to please other people? On trying to be more visually appealing? I did that for too much of my life. And I was so good at it. I became a makeup artist and photographer, published, And it's this thing of like, we have to find that middle ground because, yes, everything that I said is valid and true. But then also, do I have to push myself that hard? Do I have to? Or is it a way that I found to be able to punish myself? A way that justifies the self-punishment, the withholding of the necessities like sleep, So it becomes this thing of like, we just really need to assess, where are we? So right now, I know it's not self-punishment. I know it's not. It's just life playing itself out, you know? And under the veil, I wasn't offended. I wasn't offended. It just sparked thoughts that led to words that needed to be shared. You know what I mean? I'm definitely not offended. Um, my makeup is kind of smeared because I was kind of crying earlier. I was watching this video that's just so profound. It's so profound, you know, and it touches me in places that I don't let many people even know exist. And that's why I look puffy. And I ate chips yesterday. It's grain free, but I know I'm not compatible. I still ate it because bitch, I wanted chips. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, I haven't really been taking care of myself the past couple of days. We went through a massive relocation again. Um, you know, so it's just one of those things. Everything, you know, coming together so beautifully in alignment, all of that takes work on my end. You know what I mean? And it's just one of those things. I don't get offended by that. I don't get offended by other people's perceptions. But sometimes I do see comments and it sparks this conversation in my mind. And it's just things that I talk upon. That's all. That's all it is. Card number 24, emptied. Oh, the ending and beginning lie at either side of the same door. See, it's in reverse, though. It's in reverse. It's this thing of, are we allowing the ending that is the precursor for the new beginning? In order to have a new beginning, we first have to allow the old to end. And it takes me back to the conversation at the start of this video where it's like a new me is coming forward, and the new me is actually the me before I was injured. And that softness is returning, that loss of fear of connection with others. I find myself more willing to connect. I find myself not in such a defense type mode where it's like, I'm just waiting for the next shoe. I'm just waiting for the next whatever. And it's like, you know, how can I truly be present if I'm entering into this mindset of just waiting for the next, waiting for the next? How can I be present to receive the gift that's being delivered that will alter the course of my entire life? So now comes the time for me to choose. Do I want to be living 3 weeks away, or do I want to be living today? Right here, right now. Card number 43, inner life. Your inner life is a garden to be cultivated. Your inner life is also something that can be beautifully merged with your outer life so you can have a singular whole being life. My inner life is coming out. It's becoming this thing that I'm living in a more synergistic manner, where it's a need for me to be able to just be every aspect of myself. No more just one part of me is standing front and center. No more of that. Just to return to the me that I was, with the knowing the me that I am can come out and defend me if I need to be defended, but I don't need to defend myself all the time. See, for some of us, we're like, no, Emmy, I need to defend myself all the time because everyone always attacks me. And as your mom today, because I'm going to be your mom today. Honey, why do you keep staying in places where people treat you badly? Make new friends, find new lovers. There's so many people in this world who could treat you as beautifully as you deserve to be treated. Never, never, never settle for less than what you deserve. Never. Just because you have this visual in your mind of how things are supposed to go, and you've committed to this storyline that you wrote before the characters entered, oh, baby boo, don't do that. Don't do that. Let me give you one of the most realist examples, okay? So I had this boyfriend, right? And I was just so massively in love with this guy. He I assuming I'm assuming that was the first time I came across a twin, right? And so, it was a very intense type of connection. And after 3 months, I think it was like 3 months that we were together, um, you know, it it faltered, and there were things that happened, and we ended up breaking up. For the first time ever, someone broke up with me. That was really that was a big owie. For the first time ever, someone broke up with me, and I was like, "Ew, this is what it feels like." Ew, and also for the first time ever, I debated on actually like begging him not to leave. I was like, "Ew." Because usually I'm the type of person that's like, okay, bye. I don't care. Whatever. You want to leave? Go ahead. But for the first time ever, I was like, no, no, don't go. What? Yeah. And I was just like, what is going on with me that I'm even considering this? Because it's ugly. And then I met my husband within a few weeks of all of this kind of playing out. My husband picked up on me while I was working. And it was weird. It was weird because for a moment there, I was just like, well, no, I shouldn't even hang out with you because I'm like really still into this other guy. Like in the first couple weeks, I don't know. I feel like I'm being shady because I don't really know if I'm gonna try and get back with this other guy. But that was like after what, a week or 2 weeks of talking to my husband, I was just like, fuck that other guy. Who cares? I don't even care. And granted, I didn't really know my husband yet. And it wasn't necessarily that I was fully committing to someone I had only been talking to for like 2 weeks or so. I mean, I didn't know if that was going to work out either because I was moving about 3 hours away from him in a few weeks. Yeah. I met him right before I relocated to a completely different area several hours away. So I wasn't really trying to put my everything into that because realistically, if I'm going to move 3 hours away, you're probably going to do your thing and we're probably not going to stay together. It's fine. I'm being realistic about it. But here's the thing. The reality of that was he already made a decision that he was committed to me and to this, and that he was going to see it out no matter how far I moved away. Yep. No matter how far I moved away, he was committed to that. And it's been 23 years. 23 years. We've never taken a break. We've never taken a break. What would I have missed out on had I continued with this storyline I had told myself about this silly boy that was my boyfriend before my husband came across my path? I would have missed out on something tremendous. Something so ridiculously tremendous. One of the most empowering, most healing, most beautiful types of love I have ever received in my life. I would not be the woman I am today had it not been for this man who stood beside me, walked beside me, no matter what, no matter where I was headed, no matter what. And to think that I could have thrown that away by trying to continue to pursue someone who obviously didn't cherish me. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he did. I don't know. I got the sense that he was under the impression, my ex was under the impression that we would eventually start talking again. Miscalculation there. Huh? You know, it's one of those things. If you've already created the storyline in your head and you have committed to that storyline, what if you made up a story and that story just came from the part of you that was the most bored, and now you're committed to it, and now you have to live it, and now this and now that, and it's just this thing of like, what are you committing yourself to? What are you paying with loyalty? I mean, the price I would have paid, I don't know that I would have stayed with that ex-boyfriend even if we did work it out. Probably would have broke up again. I've never stopped to consider it. I've just never stopped to consider it. As soon as I was with my husband, it was just this thing of like, who the fuck are you? Who are you? Why do you affect me like this? Like, what the hell? It's just one of those things. It's one of those things where you have to allow yourself to push through your fear. I was very afraid to connect with my husband because this man kept telling me he could love me like no one else could. And I was like, who the hell is this? Who are you? You know? Yeah. Ooh, yes. There's a dating when you let go of the things that no longer serve you, you make room for what's actually for you. Yeah. And there's a saying, when you let go when you let go of the things that no longer serve you, you make room for what's actually for you. So, he found me around the time where like I still distinctly remember this, and that's what threw me off. I was so pissed off when he found me because I had asked my ex if I could have a CD back because, I didn't buy it for him. He was borrowing it. It's just one CD, Jesus Christ. And I asked him ever so nonchalantly, "Hey, could I get that CD back?" And then he kind of made a big deal, like, "But you gave that to me." Motherfucker, I gave you so much shit. You really just one CD? Okay, fine, keep it. I don't care. Keep the fucking CD. And I was just like, ew, whatever. Whatever. Don't come walking around here. And that was literally the same night that my husband came came to the mall. Yes, I was like 19. I was working in the mall. Then he came to the mall and our paths crossed. Mhm. And I was so pissed off. And I was so pissed off that I was like, "You know what? I don't ever even wanna be with you. Ew. Ew. You're not even worth it. It's just one CD. You couldn't even give that back. I'll just buy a new one. But you're cut out of my life forever." That's what I was thinking. I distinctly remember that. It was earlier that day. And when my husband came across me in the store, because he could see me from the entrance, I was cutting down boxes with a box cut. I was so mad. I was cutting the boxes down. I was so mad. That's how pissed I was. And then so when he came in and asked me for my number, I forgot to give him my fake number. What? 765-4321. That was my fake number. Like, don't bother me when I'm working. I'm not trying to date people at work. What's wrong with you? Meet me like a regular person at the library. Ew. I'm so old fashioned. No, I'm not going to meet you at a club. Ew. Anyways, I don't know if my husband knows this. He won my heart because of a CD. A Madonna CD of all things. Cipher in the sky, I wonder. What? I wanted my CD. He never gave it back. I just bought another one. Responding, not reacting. The only control we have is in how we respond to the hand we are dealt with. Mm, 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 mm. Sometimes people will try and get you to react to something. And, instead of being an adult and trying to have proper conversation with you, they will try and create situations to cause you to react, to respond. Those are the people who are not worth your time. I mean that. They're not worth it. They're just not worth it. They're not worth it. Sadly, whatever you thought you were investing into, whatever you thought was like the best thing ever, and then they do that, I'm sorry, you were mistaken. They are not the best thing ever for you. Let them go and allow the right thing to come in. Allow the space to be created through that loss so that you can have what is right for you, so that you can be happy in what your life gives you. Card number 29, radical self-acceptance. You are perceived the way you perceive yourself, but it's in reverse. So the way you see yourself is still upside down. Get it right side up. See yourself with clarity. See yourself as the amazing person that you are. Now I see myself with clarity. It's going to be hard to replace a woman like me. It really is. It's going to be hard to replace a woman like me. It's not impossible, but it's hard. I got a personality like a mofo. I'm just saying. I'm joking. I got a personality like a mofo. I'm just saying. I entertain you. No, I wouldn't. I don't talk much in real life. I'm just saying. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't talk much in real life. Allowing yourself to really accept what you need, not this ideal that you have created for yourself, this ideal of, it's usually just aesthetics too. Like when you think of your dream person, are you talking about eye color? Are you talking about hair? Are you talking about their build, their height? Like make a list of what you want. You're probably compiling a list of aesthetics. If you were to ask me what I want, I'd write you a story of who Frey is. I don't want an aesthetic. I want what's real. I want what's tangible. I want what I know I deserve. A love that doesn't make me question myself. A love that doesn't make me feel like I have to earn it. A love that makes me feel whole in ways that doesn't shame me for not being whole to begin with. And I want all of that to be delivered to me by a man. You know what I'm saying? Like a man. I'm telling y'all, I think Gemini is my favorite. He's a Gemini. Yes. Yes. A man who doesn't make me work for their attention, but inspires me to want to know more. I mean, that's hard to find. It's very, very hard to find. And to have all that, plus be as monogamous as I am, Well, damn. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Card number 32, Eternal Gatekeeper. Acknowledge, assert, and protect what is right for you. If you want to be a gatekeeper, because I know that's a trigger term for social media as of late, if you want to be a gatekeeper, be the kind of gatekeeper that prevents parasitic interference, parasitic attempts from entering your field, rather than gatekeeping things that are just really inconsequential to your well being. Gatekeep that. Gatekeep the parasitic thoughts that cause you to feel inspired to argue about things that will not improve your quality of life. Gatekeep that. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the haters in. Don't let the words of hateful people into your thoughts. Don't allow it to rent space in your mind. See how your life changes when you do this. Card number 37, transitions. You have all of the inner resources you need to cross whatever bridges arise on your path. Oh. Oh. So the delivery truck is crossing the bridge, or it's going to cross the bridge. You need to make sure that bridge is nice and healthy so that the truck doesn't fall through as it's trying to deliver to you. Okay? What is that, Kavi? They can gatekeep these. What is that? Is that like a Hershey kiss? Like a chocolate ass? Is that a chestnut? What is that? A hazelnut? These nuts? These nuts. They can gatekeep these nuts. Okay. I'm kind of slow today. Just stop. Why don't you use a peanut? You have to be all exotic and shit. You have to be all bougie and shit and use, what is that? A hazelnut? An acorn? I don't fucking know. I have issues with my eyes. What the fuck, Kavi? I was like, what is that? Hershey Kiss? I'm not young anymore. I don't know y'all's secret language, okay? I'm just saying. As someone, they inputted a whole bunch of fax machines. I was like, what the fuck is this? Some office joke shit? and then, you know, I had to run it by my cheer-ins, and they're like, fax, mom. They're fax. Like fax machine? No, mom, they're fax. It's a play on words. Fax? Oh, like fax? Facts? Yes, mom. Well, shit. I'm just saying, what the fuck? Someone needs to create a blog. Like for a while, people kept sending me fruits and veggies. Fruits and veggies. And I was like, are you vegan? The fuck is this? I thought they were vegan. They're not vegan. All of the, and then like, I don't know. I was like, someone sent me like, I don't know. It was like a celebration with like, blah. And I was like, and then like water drops. And I was like, what is this? And so I had to ask my friend because for some reason, I was like, I don't know that I should ask my kid about this. So I asked my friend, I was like, hey, can I show you something? I don't know what it means. And he's like, yeah, sure. And I was like, there's just a whole bunch of like pictures. And I show him and he's like, nope. You're not responding to that. And I was like, is there like an appropriate sticker? I was like, is there an appropriate sticker? Is there an emoji that I can use? Like, what are they saying? And then he was like, you just need to block them. That I just needed to block them. I still don't really know what the person was saying. I was like, is it like a birthday thing? Is it like, what is it? He wouldn't tell me. He was just like, you need to block them or you need to have Frey block them. I don't know. Whatever. Anywho, card number 30, voice. You are here to be known. So speak and be seen. Yeah, it's in reverse. So you need to stop being quiet. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You need to speak up, just like talk. Just talk. Gurgle my crystal ball. Oh, that's my tag. I say that, right? Okay. To make my head itch. Y'all, I'm gonna be really honest right now. Sometimes I suffer from verbal diarrhea and things just come out my mouth. And I don't know why y'all let me get away with some of the shit that I say. Like gurgle my crystal balls. I'm pretty sure I was pissed when I said that. That's right. They are on shirts and cups and all sorts of stuff. Oh my god. Oh my god. So, like, sometimes every once in a while, my husband will be like, "You say the craziest shit, and everybody just lets you get away with it." I'm like, "I don't talk crazy. What are you talking about?" And he goes, no, you say crazy shit." I'm like, "No, I don't. I don't talk crazy." And he's like, "No, you say crazy shit to people." Well, I mean, what? I'm just saying they can gurgle my crystal ball sack. I was just saying. If you're on YouTube, it's underneath the video. My what's it called? My merch tray is under the video. I don't say crazy shit. I say real shit in a poetic way. It's poetry. Card number 39. Perspective. See what I'm saying? It's all about perspective. A calm and clear mind is free to see differently. You know what I'm saying? Mhm. Allow yourself allow yourself to just go through the motions, okay? Yeah, I I do say what other people are thinking, you know? Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Let me just let me get my let me get my head back on. Okay. I gotta share this. So years ago, right? And I was still in my 20s. I was with one of my girlfriends and I was having allergies and I never have allergies. And she's like asking me if I'm okay. And I totally was like, girl, it totally feels like there's a gerbil up my nose running around. And like it sounded like that's how it felt. Like there was a gerbil up my nose. And then I guess weeks go by and my girlfriend now she's having allergies and she says to me that it feels like someone shoved the gerbil up her nose and I was like, ew, ew, that sounds gross. And she was like, bitch, you said that first. And I was like, were you grossed out when I said that? She goes, no, it made sense. It made sense that's how it feels. Like there's a gerbil up your nose. And I was like, ew, why does it sound like that when you say it? And she said that the night before she was at a work party with her husband. And I was like, girl, you did not say that at a work party. She goes, why? And I was like, you did not say that at your husband's work party. She said it. She said it at her husband's work party. I'm trying not to laugh. She said it at her husband's work party in front of the owner. And everybody just turned around and walked away. I was like, girl, that sounds so crazy. Don't ever say that kind of shit again. Okay. I'm trying to be serious. I'm trying to be serious. So apparently, when I say crazy shit, it makes sense. When other people say the same crazy shit that I said, it does not make sense. It just does not make sense. So I was just like, girl, it didn't have the same effect. It sounded like really nasty when you said that. So the conversation takes another turn. And her husband walks into the room. He enters into the living room where we were at. And he's like, can you fucking believe this shit? He's pissed. He's pissed. And he's like, did she tell you what she said in front of my boss? And I was like, she did. She told me. And he didn't know that I had said it first weeks earlier. And he brings up Richard Gere. Oh, shit. He brought up Richard Gere in that story about a gerbil. You know what? This is going too far already. I need to stop. But he brought that up, and that's why everyone walked away. And then my friend goes to me and she's like, did you know about Richard Gere and the gerbil? I was like, does he have a pet gerbil? Y'all gotta look that up on your own. Richard Gere gerbil. And then I was just like, I don't understand. And then now they're bickering. The husband and wife, they're bickering. They're arguing. They're like flat out arguing in front of me. And then she yelled. I don't even want to say what she yelled. Oh shit. I don't want to say what she yelled. I'm getting back to the reading. Home, earth. You need to find where home is in this life, whether it's a location, a structure, or a person. For some of us, home is a person, you know? For some of us, home is absolutely a person, and we feel lost without their presence. You know, I wonder if it's a better idea to make people a compass rose rather than your actual home, right? Solidity, inner core. So there's gaps in your space, and these are the gaps that cause you to allow the entertaining of parasitic, incepted thoughts. Parasites have the ability to incept thoughts. I don't know if you know that. They can't create any type of character flaw. It has to already exist. What they can do is incept thoughts to trigger those character flaws to rise up. You can leave then, Francis. You don't understand. Let me clarify. This space is for people who understand that I don't read like other people. And if you don't like it, there's other people who you can read with, who can read for you. It's probably not the best match here because all I speak is sarcasm. All I speak is sarcasm. I mean, if you got a problem with who I am and how I am, sounds like a you thing, not a me thing. So, anywho, meanwhile, back at the farm, we're still pulling cards. Growth, plants. No one tells a plant how to grow, especially people who don't know anything about the plant itself. Right? People who don't know anything about the plant itself have no right telling the plant how to be, who to be. Let the farmers do what they do. And you go back to doing what you do, which is just pay for the end result rather than doing the work that gets you to the end result. And that's your message for today, Francis George. That's your personal message for today. You want a personal reading? I just gave you one. Don't come into the farmer's farmland telling the farmer how to farm. You do what you do, which is just purchase the end result, okay? How you like that sarcasm? And now don't book a session with me because I don't want to work with you. That wasn't sarcasm. That was truth. That was just unadulterated truth. We're clearing throat chakras today. If more bitches want to show up in the comments to help me clear my throat, feel free. Card number 29, creation, water. It's just, oops. Really allowing yourself to cleanse. Really allow the purging, the releasing of the things that have been blocking up your chakras, especially your throat chakra, right? So many of us just very silently take other people's entitlement of us. We accept it. We don't say anything back. Motherfuckers, I talk back. I do. I talk back. Sometimes I'm sweet in the way I talk back. Other times it's just pure savagery. It depends. You really should get a sodium gauge to see if today's the day you want to approach me. You really should. I mean, it was all fun and games. It was all fun and games earlier. Hold on, guys. Richness, marine life. Ooh. For people who don't understand what this richness is, they'll think it's just stank. They'll think it's just like, ew, gross. But in reality, the richness of that marine life, even swamps, swamps are very fertile places to grow things. Deltas, the places where the fresh meets the salt. Very, very rich land. You don't have to just be salt water. You don't have to just be fresh water. You can be the delta, the most fertile place ever. It's okay for you to talk back. It really, really is. It's okay for you to have an opinion, to have standards, and to not let people get away with being disrespectful and entitled. It's really okay. And no, you don't even have to be bothered by their behavior. You can communicate things without saying, or not saying, but you can say things without being so emotionally invested and being upset. Because I found when I get upset about the things that other people say, I mean, is that me kind of giving you that wand of power? I think so. I think so. So just in one live stream, we have someone who wanted to um, deport me back to the rice paddies. And then we have another person who thinks that all of you who are watching are beneath them because now is their time for a free personal reading. Like, no, I'm not even invested in any of those emotions. I'm kind of just like, do I want to respond? Kind of. I'm in like a sarcastic mood. So yeah, I'll respond. But do I have to? Not really. Not really. It's all about what I want to do. It's all about how I choose to be. Completion, West. Mm-hmm. Yup. Yup. So to the left of you, completion, West. Ooh, it's that feminine aspect. Ooh. For some of you, you are the missing piece to someone else's puzzle. They can't stop thinking about you. You're that missing piece. You are that elusive feminine essence that they are just so wildly addicted to. Francis, are you addicted to me? Am I that feminine essence you can't get enough of? I don't know what you should do about that. I'm no longer speaking to Francis. I don't know what you should do about that. Whether you need to put some energy into that person who's like obsessing over you, or if you should just leave it alone, right? Part of me feels like you should just leave it alone. Like me personally, I would leave that shit alone. Like if they can't come up to you and talk to you, if they can't find the courage, I don't know. I like my men with balls, like big balls. Metaphoric balls. I like my men ballsy. Bordering on cocky. No, really. It's one of those things. There's just something amazing about a man who can just speak, like my part of what caught my attention with my husband is like this man approached me cocky AF, like, who the fuck is you? Why are you so cocky with me? You have some big balls, aren't you? Yeah, he was literally, he came in cocky. I was like, ew, who are you? It's weird, right? And I don't react like that to most people. If you're cocky with me, I'm just like, fuck you. But with him, he was cocky, and I was like, ew, who are you? Oh my God. Anyways, motion, air. Mm. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Motion, air, but it's in reverse. It's like the air that they breathe is being constricted. They're not able to breathe. There's no motion. There's no movement, you know? It's like there's none of that because of the fact that you are the missing piece. Are you the missing piece, or are you the piece they threw away? Right? I mean, you know, I think that answer is going to be different for everyone. So the thing is this: some people will make a mistake and they will own up to it. They will, you know, they will go ahead and take the appropriate action to do the appropriate thing to correct the wrongs. Have they done that? Or are they taking this stance of, what? I made a mistake. I don't know why you're holding against me. So, I mean, are they really sorry? Was it a mistake? Or was it more like a miscalculation? Meaning they didn't actually value you, but they understand now that they actually need you there. So, I mean, I guess. Like Sandy here, who was Francis. Sandy, this is a second account. Francis George Sandy Drew. That would constitute harassment, would it not? You've been banned, haven't you? You carry no importance to me. I'm going to talk real raw right now. You and your opinion carries no importance to me. People who get upset because I've established a boundary and then now you're upset because I'm enforcing that boundary, I really don't give a shit what you think about me. Just like you don't give a shit about honoring my sovereignty. Comment again and see the brouhaha come out of me. Comment again and see the brouhaha come out of me. You want to test that? You want to experience my darkness? Maybe you should, so you could understand the sarcasm is much more favorable than my shitty attitude. But I tell you this, regardless of which one you receive, I will never fucking comply with your demand for me to be a Stepford soul. You can suck my crystal ball sack. Gurgle it. Dip it a few times, gurgle it, then swallow. I'm speaking poetically. I'm just saying. People need to understand, just because I'm publicly visible does not mean I exist for you and your fuckery. And no, I won't be mincing no fucking words. You got your reaction now. The next reaction is going to be energetic. How about that? Can you taste the rainbow now? I'm thinking of Skittles. I'm just saying, can you taste the rainbow now? Huh? I'm sure your palms are sweaty as fuck with all the rainbows transferring onto your palms. Fuck out of here with your bullshit. Report the video and be on your merry fucking way. Report this video and be on your merry fucking way, okay? Girl didn't know I was gangsta. Baby, I'm a gangster too, and it takes two to tango. Yeah. You better stop before Ratchet comes out instead of gangsta. Just saying. Change wind. Yes. It's time to change. It's time to allow that shift, allowing that shift, not committing to whatever toxicity, just shift. Just shift. It's okay for me to tap into that for 1 second and then to put it back in its box. Ribbon that shit. I'm a whole being. You are a whole being. to expect yourself to always be this poised, composed, politically correct person in the face of even the fuckery of the world is obnoxious and asinine. My behavior can be contingent on yours and the way you approach me. And I have every right to be a whole person, a whole being. This is a show of self-love. It is a show of self-love. I have big balls. That's what my husband said. I have really big balls. People don't know. I have big balls. Okay, discipline, time. It's going to take time for you to discipline yourself, right? Discipline is about teaching. It's about teaching yourself what is acceptable. It's about relearning the appropriate way to live for you, not in accordance with what other people say. All right? Not in accordance with what other people say. All right, let's see where this goes. We are all connected, but it's in reverse. So for me, my interpretation is that the goal here is not for all of us to be connected and act as though we are one. The goal here is for us to celebrate how separated, how different and diverse we actually are. It's a beautiful thing to be able to stand in the presence of people who are so far removed from you and what you're comfortable with, and to still be able to hold your own. Annie. Annie says, so much balls today. I love it. I love it. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay. I can't help the way this was created. I can't help what I was born with. That's what I was born with. This is how I look. This is not how I act, though. Do you understand the level of courage and bravery and unfuckwithableness you have to have existing within you to be able to come and publicly be vulnerable? Don't mistake my softness for weakness. It's absolute evidence of how fucking powerful I actually am. To be able to allow the softest parts of me, the most vulnerable parts of me, to be witnessed by people. You know, I used to have this fear that if people saw me cry, if people saw me be soft, then they would take that as the opportunity to attack me. And then I grew up and I realized if I allow people to see me be vulnerable, not as a calculated maneuver, but because in that moment I am vulnerable, that I don't have to be afraid because I'm so fucking badass that I wish a motherfucker would. That I absolutely wish a bitch ass motherfucker would. Now, my attitude adjuster paddle is still packed away in a box. But I promise you, once I unpack it, if I had it unpacked right now, I'd thwack the shit out of my hand to show you, to emphasize, I'm willing to spank the shit out of you to correct your behavior. You see, you saw an Asian and you thought I'd be docile. Honey, I'm not that variety. I'm the dominatrix type of Asian. I will whip you, and then I will tell you you like it. And you will say, yes, ma'am, I love it. May I have some more? I'm just saying, don't make assumptions when it comes to women like me. Don't ever make assumptions when it comes to women like me. She reported for abuse against women. I'm just saying. Come back and I'll spank you. Create a new account. I'll spank you with words. And you'll like it. You'll squeal. Anyways, let go of the old. So what's her name? Sandy Drew Francis George is old news. We're gonna let that go now. Let go of the old things that don't serve you, the things that just keep you in cycles of repetitious behaviors, repeating the same thing over and over. Like for me, I'm going to tell you once, maybe you didn't hear me, so I'll repeat it if you ask me to. You still don't get it, never mind then. It's no big deal. I'm not going to keep saying it over and over and over because I'm not going to continue to allow myself to exist in some type of connection where I feel like I'm not worthy to be heard. You know? Like, I don't need to force myself to exist in a place where I'm not valued. And it's not about you kissing my ass. It's about you valuing me enough to be present with me in that moment. That when we converse, you actually hear what I'm saying rather than just hearing enough so that you can have a rebuttal. Right? Because a lot of people are like that these days. They don't actually listen to you. They just hear enough to be able to say something else in response. They don't actually hear what you're saying or hear what you mean, right? Respond with grace. And so it's not always necessary to respond with grace. Sometimes the biggest show of grace is to be abrasive in your response. Not always, okay? It's much better to not be abrasive, but sometimes when a motherfucker only speaks abrasion language, that's the language you have to speak. Abrasion. Abrasion. Oh, you're fluent in abrasion? Me too. Me too. For me personally, I prefer to just not be in the presence of people who are abrasive. I prefer to just, back away with no interaction. Like, I'm just good. I'm good. No, thank you. But I mean, fuck that. If you think I'm going to back away off my own fucking channel, it's my live stream. You back the fuck away. How about that? Right? So it just depends. Like for the situation you guys just witnessed, this is my channel. This is my live stream. Y'all are my people. I'm not backing away from shit. Now, most cases in real life, especially, it's not worth it unless you're trying to come in my house, at which point I wish a motherfucker would. Stores, things like that, is not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to feed my succulent energy to someone who's so dry and dehydrated that they thirst for interaction. They want to feed off your energy. Buffet is closed. And I'm not sorry. Buffet is closed. It's okay for you to close the buffet doors. It's okay. It really is. Now, some people might find it very rude. Those are the people who need you to be a Stepford soul. To the people who need me to be a Stepford soul, lick a hairy donkey ball. Unwashed. After a go on the trail, lick a hairy donkey ball. I will never be a Stepford soul again. Ever. Ever. I would literally rather die. Never again. Ever. And no apologies either. Know what is important to you. if you are willing to compromise who you are for the preference of other people who would have no problem tossing you aside anytime you become inconvenient. Yeah. No. No. I refuse. I refuse. I am worth going to war for. That's a statement all on its own. I am worth the fight. I am worth fighting for. And I don't even have to explain why. You either get it or you don't. And if you don't get it, why are you bothering me? That's how I live my life now. Well, you've been my friend for 5, 6 years, and you don't get that I'm worth it? Don't be my friend. But Emmy, that's like 5, 6 years. That was your loss, not mine. I didn't invest 5, 6 years into you to own you. I lived 5 or 6 years with you. I didn't put into that to continue owning you. That's transactional shit. That's a transactional relationship. When you are with someone for X amount of years and that is your reason for staying and you're not happy, you're not being treated right, or you can't treat them right because they make you miserable, that's like saying, well, I already paid 30 grand into my $50,000 car. I'm just going to keep paying. I don't want to lose the car. I mean, I already invested in it. That's a transaction. My husband and I have been together for 23 years. If he came to me tomorrow and said, hey, so I decided I don't want to be married to you anymore, obviously I'd be sad. Obviously I'd be sad. Obviously I'd be wondering, did I do something? What happened? Like, what's going on? But I wouldn't be like, oh my God, 23 years of my life just wasted. No, it wasn't wasted. I lived every day with you and I learned as much as I learned and I blossomed and I grew and I'm thankful for all of it. I wish it could have gone longer, but I respect whatever you decide for yourself. If I no longer am something that makes you happy, my presence, well, I hope you find what makes you happy. And I hope we can continue to have at least a friendship. And no, I'm not willing to have that level of grace for too many other people. It's okay for me to be able and willing to love at that depth with one person only. It's okay. You see, you guys, a lot of what you guys struggle through, a lot of the situations that cause the draining of your manifestation energy so that you don't manifest the changes that you need is because you try and be that for everyone. Not everyone is worth that. A lot of the people that I did that for, that I loved to that degree, had no problem betraying me. They had no problem abandoning me when I needed them the most. And you know why they had no problem doing that? Because they didn't cherish me. When I needed them the most, that was the time I couldn't give. I had nothing left to give. And that's why I needed them. And because there was nothing left to receive, they no longer needed me. And no, I'm not a victim. No, it's not sad. It's a very beautiful unfolding, realization, learning of the truth of the gravity of the way I love. My love is priceless. If you can get me to love you in that way, I swear to God, I'll overlook everything. Anything and everything. I don't care. I'm just going to keep loving you and be so devoted to you and loyal just to you. So when I say you need to earn that shit, and you don't think you need to earn anything, that's fine. But you just showed me right there, you have no idea what I bring to the table, and that's okay. Because someone with no idea of the value of me couldn't ever possibly properly cherish me. Boom. There you go. When you come to that realization about yourself and are able to truthfully and accurately apply that to you, your life, your perception of your value, your life changes tremendously. It becomes something completely different, something more aligned with the reality of who and what you are, what you deserve, the type of life that's worthy of you. Mm, mm, that's beautiful. Raise them up. Raise them up. It's time to raise up your standards. It's time to raise up your belief in what you deserve. It's time. Reap what you sow. Reap what you sow. Whatever seeds you allow to be planted, whether by your hands or another, you will eventually reap what you sow. That bountiful harvest, even if it's toxic, that's all yours, boo. That's all for you. Be mindful of what you allow to grow in your garden. Stay strong. Excuse me. I think the precursor to staying strong is accepting that you already are strong. Thank you, Lindsay. Lindsay says, everyone, please do us a favor and annoy Facebook and YouTube so much that they won't restrict Emmy anymore. Share, 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 share some more. I like that. That's our song. Can that be our song? Share, 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 share some more. 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 Reveal your truth. Ooh, the mask is coming off. Oh my God. Hold on. Okay, so something. It could all be so simple, but you'd rather make it hard. Loving you is like a battle, and we both end up with scars. Tell me who I have to be. So this is someone fixated on you like a mofo. I'm debating. Should I give mean advice or nice advice? Decisions. So someone's mask is coming off, right? And it's like you have this clarity, embrace spirit. You have this like Hawkeye vision, the eagle eye, and it's this. You can see what they're doing, but you don't understand why, because you still see yourself as a queen in reverse, this upside down version of you. They're over here focusing on what action to take in order to approach you. Now, hold up. So many of the readings have been totally about 1 second, guys. I have to show you this. It could all be so simple, but you'd rather make it hard. Loving you is like a battle, and we both end up with scars. Tell me, where is it? There it is. I gotta show this to you guys. This is important. So the readings oftentimes they keep talking about this thing that needs to, like, I don't know, basically be rehashed. This connection that needs to be reestablished and re-explored. And, someone is trying to find their way back. They're coming back. And this is an important visual for you to have. It says, but you said he'd come back in the last reading. And then the cat says, to get his stuff. Okay, my humor is excessive today. I thought it was hilarious. So I had to share. I had to share. Look at that. That poor cat that sits at the table, and that blonde lady, I don't even know who she is. She's like crying and upset. And it's like, yeah, we didn't say in what capacity he'd come back. I'm telling you guys. It doesn't have to be coming back to be in a relationship with you. Now, I don't find it funny that you're hurting. I found that meme hilarious, though. Just because people come back does not mean it's long term. Just because people come back does not mean they are going to commit years upon years of their life to you and with you. Allow their presence to be what it's meant to be. For many of us, their presence is simply there to remind us of why we walked away, why we don't need to invest any more time and energy into it. So allow yourself to see all of these things that you need to see so that you can make the decisions that you need to make. Part of me doesn't even believe twins anything at this point. I'm kind of just like, I'm enjoying being a human, having a human life, a peaceful one at that. Yeah. Whatever needs to be is what will be. And until it is, then it's not. And it's almost just like being ambivalent. Just, it is what it is. It just is what it is. And whatever it needs to be is what will help me to learn. Is there any type of expectation of even friendship? No. I mean, not for me. There's no expectation of friendship. There's no expectation of romance. There's no expectation of connectivity, anything. There's just this knowing that eventually my life brings to me the things that I need when I need it. And whether it be a lesson, whether it be some type of finality, it's just really whatever. Just whatever. Things are what they are, and I'm okay with that. And people might be like, how can you be okay with that? How can I not? Not being okay with my life is a surefire way to disappoint myself. And no, I don't just settle for things. I have standards. But that doesn't mean I have to have these expectations of what this simple message might mean. Someone is fixated on you. They've been for years. There's fucking all the readings. They're fixated on you. They're obsessed. And all this time they've been obsessed. Have they done anything about their obsession? Have they spoken to you? Have they reached out? Have they gone out of their way to show you how much they are willing and capable of cherishing you? Or has it all just been games? I'm just saying. I'm seeing people for who they are at this point. And that's just that. Just kind of seeing things as they are, allowing them to be what they are, allowing me to be who I am, and just living my life. And that's it. Just live your life. Be happy with yourself. Be happy with the life you're creating for yourself. And if you're not happy with your life, take the time, put the effort into creating a life you can be happy with. You can do that. It can happen. Respect your boundaries in reverse. So I guess this is an answer for those who are like, well, they're just respecting my boundaries. They don't know how to approach. I don't know about that. I don't think they're respecting your boundaries. I think they're just afraid. And I'm sorry, but I can't entertain the insecurities of people. I'm at a place in my life where your insecurity is yours. And that's kind of just that, I'm dealing with my own insecurities. We all have insecurities, and life is just beautiful. I wonder what that changes. Get ready for a life-changing blessing. Let's look at the other cards. Let's see what this is. What is this about? Oh, I got the goosey bumpies. I got the chicken skin. Okay, this is a profound message. Embrace the dark, embrace the feminine. So feminine energy is dark energy. It's lunar energy, yin energy. Okay? You have to embrace every aspect of yourself. This is crucial. There is something that's being manifested right now, and it's requiring full dilation of pathways. Insecurities serve to crimp pathways. They serve to constrict pathways. So what we need to do now is just fully embrace ourselves, embrace our life, just embrace, right? Be of service. Be of service to yourself. Look at that. Be of service. So, service how? Okay, you have to pick a side. You have to pick a side, and you have to allow that, what you pick, to be the very thing that serves as basically the impetus, that fire starter, the spark that creates the inferno. Know your power, but it's in reverse. So it's like you don't know your power, and you haven't been allowing yourself to go through whatever the situations, the learning opportunities that will help you know what your power actually is. With love and kindness in reverse. You haven't been holding yourself with love and kindness. For many of us, we've probably been unnecessarily harsh with ourselves, and it's time to stop it. It's time. Okay? It's time to allow yourself to be exactly where you need to be within yourself, who you are within yourself. Yes, Lindsay, the darkness that brings the birth of blessings. Darkness is such an intrinsic part of birth. It's the hidden. And when things are hidden, they then are given the opportunity to be revealed. It's a really, really important period. I think for some of you, this is about finances. I think for others of you, this is about romance. Then there's some where it's like about soul connections. I don't know. I feel so disenchanted by soul connections right now. I don't know that sense of disenchantedness, that ambivalence will go away anytime soon. You don't intentionally destroy the things you cherish. So when someone tells you they cherish you, when all their actions seem to be designed or intended to make you feel as though you're cherished, and then they go and do something that tries to destroy you, I'd go with that before I go with all the others. I would. I would absolutely believe that more than I would believe anything else. What people do when they're mad gives you a very clear look into how they actually feel, to where you stand with them. Like for me, if I love you and I'm mad at you, I just get real quiet. You got to really, really push me to exit out of that quiet space while I process why you would hurt my feelings. Just get quiet. I don't complain about it. I don't bring it up. I just get quiet. And yeah, maybe it needs to stay quiet. Maybe for some of us, whatever that need was for conversation is gone. Whatever that need was for some type of important communication, it's gone. Like the words are gone. There's nothing left to say. It's not words left unsaid. It's words that have been taken, just like the breath from your lungs, taken because of the shock of what was done, the malignant intent, the intentional maliciousness. I don't believe in mistakes, Marlene. Marlene says, what if they made a mistake? I don't believe in mistakes. I believe in truth that is hidden and truth that's revealed. I just don't believe in mistakes. I believe that people eventually will show you if they hold you with contempt or if they secretly cherish you. And I'm a point in my life, I don't want to be around contempt anymore. I don't want to hold any space for any of that. For the return of it, for what? For what? Return for why? To rehash things? You already did what you did. You said what you said, you did what you did, whatever it is, it's already done. There's no rehashing it. Why is there a need to rehash? So you can rip the wounds back open? I'm interested in healing, not masochism. maybe the old me, but not the current me. And so when you enter into that space and people from the past try and come back to rehash what they did in the past, I remember, I have a functional memory. I remember exactly what you did. There's no part of me that forgot. See, that's the thing. Knowing how my memory functions these days. If no part of me has forgotten what you did back then, you don't need forgiveness. What you need is my permanent absence so that you can move on with your life in the exact same way that I'm trying to move on with mine. In order for great things to come into your life, you have to let go of the things you don't want to let go of. The things that keep you bound to the places that hurt oh so familiarly. I don't want that at all. And Marlene says, what if you're just hurt? Well, my answer, were you the one that hurt me? Because if I'm hurt because of you, no more conversations need to take place. When you hurt someone, let me give you guys a life hack. When you hurt someone that you cherish, that you value, that you claim to love, you don't get to tell them that their feelings are just hurt and they're being dramatic. Unless you go out of your way to really try your best to correct all the ramifications of that one decision, that one action, that one whatever. I don't need to consider anything else. Your actions tell me everything. When you try and dismiss what you created, the wreckage that's caused by you, you're joking, right? You're joking, right? You got one wicked ass sense of humor. Yeah, no. When I make a mistake, I apologize. When I do something that was miscalculated and someone gets upset, I tend not to. I tend to get quiet and feel embarrassed. I tend to want to forget it. And then I have a tendency to grow the fuck up and say, hey, you know what? I'm sorry. And that wasn't the intention, I don't know. It was stupid. It was a stupid joke. Wasn't even that funny. And maybe I shouldn't have, I don't know, you know? I don't tell you why are you mad? It was just a joke. No, you're mad because I did something. You're hurt because I did something. And I don't get to tell you that I didn't, that you're just tripping, that you're this, that you're that. No, I don't get to tell you that. I get to decide, am I going to put the effort into correcting what I did? Or am I not going to take responsibility? Remember, if you're cross-watching and you're cross-watching because you're dealing with someone very much like me, they resonate because the person is very much like me. We like big balls. We like ballsiness, okay? We like people who can be able to be like, I fucked up. I really fucked up. How do we move forward? Can we move forward? Or are you choosing to just move forward without me? I don't have time for childish games in life anymore. To be honest, I never did, but I was too ashamed to speak my needs. Now, not only do I still not have time for childish games, I no longer have the patience or the silence to tolerate it. You want your blessings to come in, right? Clear out all the bullshit. Just clear out all the bullshit. Clear out all the fucking immature shit. Clear out all the things that continue to suck you into cycles of just bullshit. Michael says, you're not really ambivalent towards soul-based connections. I kind of am. 6886, 10444. He asks me again, you're not really ambivalent towards soul-based connections, are you? Here's my answer. Send me someone who's worth the effort, and I'll put the effort into it. Not rehashing no old shit. Send me someone worth the effort. Someone who can respect boundaries and just be an amazing, amazing soul-based connection. Someone worthy. And I'll invest into that. Until then, shut your pie hole, Michaela. Just saying. I'm ready for life to change in a way that is profound. And I think it starts with me no longer playing into whatever games, playing into whatever concepts, playing into anything, playing at all. I'm not playing to win. I'm working my ass off to achieve. This is not a game. My life, my growth, my purpose, it is not a game. I don't play to win. I work damn hard to achieve. I feel someone's heart is breaking. That's what happens when you stick your own dagger into your chest. Michael says, is there any softness you want to offer? No. None. Michael asks, do you want to leave this message as it is? Absolutely. There's nothing malicious in my intent. Unless it adds to the work I am doing to achieve the accomplishment of my purpose, I have nothing for it. Not words, not softness, not patience, not tolerance, not nothing. That's not me wishing harm, ill will, struggle, or anything on anyone else. That's me understanding I am now going to use my energy directly and strictly to accomplish what I'm here to manifest. And that's it. I'm focused. I'm focused. Let's do a little something really quick. I'm going to play some music, and I want us to kind of just sit quietly together for a moment. Let me just grab a song. All right. We'll do a little bit of a guided meditation. Inhale the light of your truth. Exhale the darkness of your doubt. Inhale the light of your truth. Exhale the darkness of your doubt. Gently close your eyes. Allow yourself to become fully present with me here in this space. See and feel yourself sitting with me in a dimly lit space. We feel very comfortable, very safe. As you breathe, notice the warmth developing in your chest. Notice the fullness that you're beginning to feel. Feel the gentle breaking open of your core, not as an injury, but as a process of release. Allow, allow, allow. Allow your emotions to rise up and be released. Allow yourself to let go of any disappointments, any unmet expectations. Just breathe. Feel all the blockages dissolving. Feel the emotions becoming more positive. Feel the sense of who you are returning back to you. Feel your potential coming home. Feel the vibration beginning in your chest, gently spreading through your body. Feel it in your core. Feel it in the marrow of your bones. Allow, allow, allow. Allow the shift to occur. Allow your life to change. Allow the space to be created for that which is worthy of you. You deserve so much, and you deserve it without having to work for it. Your peace, that's just yours. Your personal power, that's just yours too. Your destiny is not a pathway. You wear your destiny like the soles of your feet. It travels with you wherever you go. Breathe. For those of you sensitive to energy, you might begin to feel tingling across your scalp, a sense of a fullness being placed upon your head. That's your crown. being given back to you. You are asked to return to the throne room of your heart so that you and you alone can sit upon your throne. You deserve a life that's worthy of your greatness. Allow your life to unfold in a way that honors what you need. Don't fight it anymore. Don't fight yourself anymore. The war is done. Let's bring in the period of peace, a period that will last your entire life. You are so loved. I hope you can feel it. You are loved. You are supported. You're being encouraged by your soul right now. Take another deep breath in. Slow exhale out. Allow yourself to come back to center and rejoin me in this space that we share. Take a moment. Just take a moment. Allow yourself to come to terms with the fact that you're worthy and that you always have been. Allow yourself a moment to come to terms with the fact that you're amazing, that you deserve so much love, support. Just take a moment. Take a moment and finally see yourself, quite possibly for the first time in your life, the way I see you. This beautiful ball of potential, just waiting to be unwrapped. This beautiful ball being one of the most amazing seeds to ever be planted in the garden of life. You will bear fruit. Your life will be successful. You'll accomplish more than you realize you ever could. You'll fall in love with yourself again. When you do, you'll fall in love with every aspect of your life. And you won't miss any more the things that hurt you, the things that make you feel like you deserve to be hurt. Every day, allow yourself to fall that much deeper in love with you. Every day, loosen your grip on the very things that life is trying to remove. It's scary to let go. It's less scary when you loosen that grip day by day, knowing that at some point you won't want to even hold on anymore. And when you reach that part where you're no longer holding on to the very things that keep you from rising, Expect your life to become the dream that you've always wished for. Expect your life to be the very thing that makes you the happiest. And everything else are like the cherries on top. You want a new life? You want a new experience? Start by letting yourself fall in love again. Not with someone outside of you, but with the person you are right now, the person you're growing into, and the version of you that's existed this entire time behind the scenes. It's a very beautiful time to be alive, and it's an even more beautiful time to be consciously aware of what you're choosing. So, I've gone far over the time I was planning to be live. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your weekend. If you would like to book a session with me, go to soulworksynergistics.com/ME-services. If you would like to see some of the projects, if you would like to be part of the Dear Emmy series, to access all things Emmy, please visit soulworksynergistics.com. You can find everything in the drop-down menu, or you can scroll around, click on a few things, and begin exploring. Eventually, soulworksynergistics.com will become a powerful community of like-minded, like-hearted people, a place where we can speak freely with each other, offer solutions, and actually be heard, a place where we no longer just talk incessantly about the problems. Y'all, we all know what the problems are. The conversations need to shift. Our priorities need to shift. Our focus needs to shift. Shift to what? To us. We are the change we are looking for. We are the change we are waiting for. And guess what? We're finally ready. Drop a comment. Let me know if you're ready. Put I'm ready. Whether you're watching this live or watching it recorded, put a comment in. I'm ready. It's a beautiful time to be alive, you guys. Don't allow your fear to prevent you from seeing the beauty right in front of you. So please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe and turn on that notification bell. Yes, Ocean Lover, thank you for this comment. She writes that meditation was just a sample of the meditation experience someone is going to win. If you'd like to be part of that raffle, you got to make sure you put in an entry. I'll give you guys the information right now. You go to soulworksynergistics.com/raffle. And if you think that meditation was profound, wait till you have me alone, just me and you. And I'm focused strictly on you. Everything I do in that 2-hour meditative experience will be custom tailored for you and your energetic needs. If you're ready to heal, if you're ready to move past your traumas, if you're ready to see life differently, take a chance. Enter that raffle. Take a chance on yourself. Now, if we hit the $10,000 mark, because that's how much we're trying to raise, if we hit that $10,000 mark, I'll pick 3 people. There will be 3 winners. If we go beyond that $10,000 mark, if we hit $15,000, I'll pick 5 people. 5 people who will have me for 2 hours, all to themselves. And you guys, the energy work that you've seen me do publicly, to say it's a fraction of what I can actually do. I'd say it's about 1/100th of what I can actually do. In a private setting, for those winners, you'll be one of the first that I will allow to see what I can actually do. That's scary for me. But if I'm going to stand here as a testament to pushing past your fear, I actually have to do it, don't I? It's okay if you live in another country, Chris. This is a virtual event, so that that meditation experience, we're going to be virtual. It's a secure server that we're going to be using, and it's just going to be me and you're going to have that recording. It's a recorded session. So you know what that means? Everything I do for you in that session, if you want it done again, you watch the recording, because energy is recorded. So in actuality, the first time we spend 2 hours together, and then you decide how many more hours we spend together after that by watching the recording. Baby steps for me. Eventually, the world will become aware of what I'm here to do. I still don't really know what that is. I have some idea. We'll see. Part of the baby steps is by letting a few of you see in advance. I love you guys so much for all the ways in which you help me to heal myself, all the ways in which you bring me back to my place of softness, all the ways in which your presence helps me find deeper pockets of courage to show me as I am, with no edits, no censoring, just me, real and raw. You guys have no idea how much I love you, how important your role is in my journey. I don't think I'd be able to be where I'm at if it wasn't for your presence. Whether you comment or not, I literally feel you. I'll leave it at that. I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing rest of your day, amazing rest of your weekend. I'm not sure if I'm going to do expedites tomorrow. Depends on my internet service. I'll see you guys soon, though. Bye, everyone. Please give this video a thumbs up and share it out, okay?